All right, we are on. Okay.
Okay, thanks for that lesson. I was able to review it. How do you think the lesson went?
Yeah, overall, I think the lesson went fairly well. For my program, I was supposed to be really concentrating on Standard 2, so it did have me thinking about a lot of differentiation strategies. Actually, the funny thing is I totally, for the lesson that I chose to record, I totally botched up actually the my bell work, where they were listening to a snippet from War of the Worlds to think through whether they were supposed to decide whether that was fake or fact, whether it really happened or not. But then when I taught the same lesson in the next class, I totally nailed the bell work, and so I thought, oh, I wish I had recorded that one. So, but I think overall the lesson I think went pretty well.
Great.
Yeah.
If there's one area you can improve, where would that be?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot of areas I can improve. Like one area, for me in this lesson in particular, when thinking about like differentiation, I know an area that I really need to improve is making sure that the content we cover I want to make the content available to every student, but how I can really ensure that no one's falling through the cracks, and those few students that do have a more learning needs and challenges are really able to think through and sift through that content in a way that they really can digest it and understand it. Sometimes that's hard with a class of 20 students or 25 students to kind of be able to do, but while thinking of differentiation, I know that's something I'm really looking to do well.
Great. So currently you actually teach all of our grade 11 and 12 students, and because of our diverse student body, and we have so many English language learners, what are some ways that you're supporting our English language learners?
Yeah, well, in this environment, most of our English language learners, as you well know, are actually still very, very high aptitude in English fluency, reading, writing, and analyzing, and so. But that doesn't mean that they don't need help. So I've noticed as in teaching English that it's been really helpful to, for example, offer vocabulary lists. So as we get into a novel, there's always some vocabulary that we just don't use on a day in and day out. No one does, not even us teachers. And so providing the ELL students with the actual list, which was actually one of their recommendations. They actually asked for that, and I thought, what a practical thing. So I've been doing that since, and that's been helpful. And then coming alongside, we do a lot of either group work or individual work and activities where they might be, quietly reading through an article and analyzing it for its comparisons and contrast to maybe the book we're in, for example. And so during those times, I ensure that I touch base with the ELL students to really get some feedback, like how are you understanding this? Is there some challenging sentences or verbiage that you wanna sift through and work through with me? And that actually seems to usually be a pretty big help for them when you just, I just kind of lean down by their chair and ask them, how they're getting through the article or how they're getting through the book, and they'll almost always have a question or two that'll help clarify some things for them. So, yeah. Great.
Yeah, I think learning differences, there's always going to be challenges, but I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to make one note on this.
Sure.
This is especially for my Teach Now instructor as she reviews this feedback is, I found it difficult in this video to really highlight how Standard 1 here says valuing students, and under distinguished it says candidate has developed values students and promotes positive and respectful interactions among students to help them learn and respect each other. Although that's been challenging to really highlight in a video, I know here at Logos that's one of our values is respect for culture, here in Cambodia, respect for others. And so I do just want to make a note that I have really worked hard to foster that kind of community in our classrooms. And so hopefully you've seen that as someone who's been in and out of my classrooms and different things like that. And so, but that's hard to get really highlighted
through a video, it's hard. But I have seen it through the course of the year, the respect that they have for you, the respect that they have for one another, even when they have different opinions, that they still are very respectful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, that is hard to highlight in a video, but I have seen it, so thank you.
All right. Okay, well, thank you.